Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 2 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We are on Kinlaig. I'm between jobs at the moment. I thought I'd come away, relax a little bit, spot fishing, bit of mountain biking, just enjoy the scenery. And why not? So, I have already arranged to have a bicycle left for me, part of my holiday experience package, and I thought I'd do a bit of mountain biking. I was looking at, potentially getting like an old rickety bike, and I thought, no, you know what? If we're going to go out into the mountains, you need a mountain bike. So that's what I've organised. Looking very cool. So I've been given some instructions. You know when you book these kind of package, well, it's not a package deal, I guess. I don't know where we're looking at it. I haven't got anywhere to stay yet. I thought I might camp, might find a lovely little B&B. You never know. There's a lovely lady runs a tea shop. I think it's up in the town called Morag. So I've been communicating with her. So she organised the bike for me. That's it. I've paid for that. It's mine. But she said to pop up, see her, going for a cup of coffee. Maybe a bit of shortbread, something like that. Again, we'll see, and we'll kind of go from there. Really, work out what we're going to do. Like I say, we'll do a bit of fishing. We've got £47. That's it. Not a lot of money. Should we crack on? Let's do this. Good thing with this as well, it's got a bit of suspension. Good for the the derriere, especially over the more bumpy ground. I just thought let's see where this takes us. It's another one of those adventures. I've got an idea of what I want to do on my holiday, what I'd like to experience. What then happens? Time will tell. Weather will tell. Experiences, people I meet. I could just cycle around this map for hours, I'm not going to lie. Welcome to Kinlaig. Cool, the old 20-mile-an-hour speed limits everywhere. Been catching a lot of people out, In the UK it was always 30. For many, many years, 30 was the sort of the lower end of the speed limit. Then they brought in the 20. Normally around schools and stuff, or in on sort of housing estates and things where kids are playing, or near parks and that kind of thing. Which was, it makes sense, it really does. But I think there are a lot of people who'd lived in an area for a long time and kind of got used to it a certain way. One of my best mates, my Besley Steve, his daughter was learning to drive, so had one of those boxes fitted. And kept the insurance down, and you get a score, and they're always up in the sort of 96, 97, 98%, really, really cool. Then he started doing a journey to and from the Air Cadet unit where we used to go to Air Cadets, and they put in a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit by the school. And after a few trips backwards and forwards, he realised that their score was plummeting. They were in the 60s, not anywhere up in the 90s or anything like that. And he couldn't understand it, couldn't work out why, and it turned out the entire road, not just by the school, had been made a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. So he would pass the school at 20, then speed up to 30 mile an hour and carry on, and he was getting clobbered on the old magic box in the car because it was 20. It's one of those things. So we need to go to, if I remember my directions correctly, just here. So, we're going to pop in the wee oat cake. Lovely. Oh, actually, what I might do, the Captain's Nook nautical gifts. I wonder if they sell fishing rods in there. Grab ourselves a fishing rod. Yeah, might do that. Right, I'm going to pop in here, have a chat to Morag. Yeah, look, oatcakes. Nice. What else they got? Oh, they do pies and stuff. Might just be a bakery, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll grab a bite to eat. Reminds me of a little bakery we went to in a place called Dunoon up in Scotland many years ago. My eldest daughter was she was tiny. We didn't have the twins or any of the other children then. It was just my eldest. She was a gorgeous little thing when she was small. I mean, she's gorgeous, of course she is. But, oh, there was always every day we'd go down to the bakery and you go in, you could sit down and there was always lovely little old Scottish ladies in there would fuss over her. Oh, it was brilliant. Oh, that was happy days, that was. That was before we went stupid and had 4 more kids. Anyway, let's go and speak to Morag. Well, that was indeed wonderful. What a lovely lady. I am stodged up. I need to go and do something. Get back on the bike and go somewhere and do something. We just had some Scotch pie. Now, Scotch pie, it depends what it's watercress pastry normally. And depends what meat you have in it. I know when I had it before, I've had it before. It can be very peppery. It depends, I guess, what ingredients go in, but almost spicy, peppery meat sort of pie. But again, when we were in Dunoon, they did Scotch pies with a difference. And we would go in and breakfast time, it was amazing. So it had meat in it, but instead of a pie top, it had a layer of baked beans. And on top of the baked beans, a layer of mashed potato. And they would heat them up. Oh my days. But again, the meat had a spice to it, a heat. It was amazing. Absolutely incredible. And then I followed that with some clootie dumpling, which is kind of like a fruit pie type. Not pie is the wrong word. Almost like Christmas pudding type thing. A little bit lighter than Christmas pudding. Lashings of custard. Oh, yeah, but I need to go and do something now. So let's go and see if I can get a fishing rod. We need to get some more money for campgrounds or whatever it is we're going to do. She has suggested I go down to the harbour, speak to the harbour master and see what's available. Because I might be able to go out on a fishing boat. I might, who knows what we might be able to do. But like I say, we'll see. Let's go and get a fishing rod. Well, that was rather bizarre. I mean, not bizarre. I just tried to pay for the fishing rod and it wouldn't let me pay for it. Now, this obviously is episode 2. If you haven't watched episode 1, episode 1 was our setting up the Let's Play. And you'd understand what I mean when I say I tried to pay for it. That was weird, or it wouldn't let me, I don't know why. And my bike's still here, that's cool. Wasn't sure what to expect. So we're going to head down to the harbour. Might fish off the harbour wall. We'll try out the new rod. See if we can make a bit of money. Say make a bit of money. Probably just catch buckets and tyres and stuff. Like I said, to start off with at least, this is going to be very laid back, very chill. We'll just see what happens. I'm sure the carnage will ensue later. Whoa. Don't want to ride into the back of the car in front. Not the best idea. You gonna go? Nope. I will then. Actually, I'm just trying to think, would I be better off on the rocks, maybe? On the shoreline down there? Is the tide out or in? Does the tide come in and out? I don't know if it does it? I don't suppose it does. That's not something I thought to check at any point. Is there a tide? So, let's go and try out the new rod. Probably don't want to cast out there on top of a fishing boat. Might be a bit. Oh, tell we could do. Go into the castle. That might be quite cool. Fishing off around where the castle is. We're in the water, people. We are in the water. Let's give it a go. I'd say I just need a bit of extra money. If we can earn a bit of money, I'm going to go back up to that shop. There's got to be a way. I don't know why it didn't work. It usually does. Oh, this is so tricky. So tricky on console. I'm assuming it's the same on PC, I don't know. Come on, give me something big. Give me a big fish straight off the bat. That would be awesome. 100, we'll take that. Do you want to change direction? We'll give it a go. I'm curious to see actually, because when I was doing my setting up, and I said this when I was doing the setting up, yes, there's kind of a storyline. Yes, I'm kind of starting with a bit of a narrative. I always do that. Look at the reflection in the water of the castle. That's so cool. I'd love the fact that it's you can do that. You can, you know, it helps me kind of engage with what I'm doing. I think it's the storyteller in me. That my dad was a storyteller, my grandfather was a storyteller, and I like that. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone likes a story. Not everyone likes a narrative to it. But how often do I stay with that narrative? I don't, do I? Sell that one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put that away. I'm going to go around to the castle. Sorry, I know I'm going all over the place. Actually, so before I go to the castle, let's go have a chat to the harbour master. While we're here, that makes more sense. And we're going to do a bit more fishing. Can I jump down off here? Probably. Probably shouldn't do with my knees. Let's talk to him. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to go through the whole shebang. But let's talk to the harbour master.
Good to see you, pal. Fisher dish. What brings you to these parts?
I've got nothing.
Look who it is. How's your cellar?
Oh, there we go.
What curiosities dragging you in this time?
First thing, it didn't give me the options first time round. How peculiar. Let's talk about... Do you want to talk about fishing? More about Kinlaig? Find out about Kinlaig. Fishing, we can find out about later on. Castle, lighthouse.
Well, we've a fair bit of grass around here. Most of it green, on a good day. There's water too. A river leads into the sea. Real crowd pleaser. They treat the sea like some ancient secret here. Whisper around it, throw pebbles in like they're casting spells. Land folk seem to be quite fascinated by the sea, but most of them don't seem to be sailors, which is odd if you ask me. But it's easier to admire the ocean when you're not being tossed about by it.
One interesting perspective on the world. I suppose if you spent your whole life at sea, being on land probably feels odd. But then you've got people, I suppose, the farmers inland and anybody, you know, city folk, us city slickers. Yeah, I suppose it's, you know, there is a reverence, isn't there?
If you're asking where to go for a wee leisure walk on a Sunday while your underpants flap gently on the line to dry, then aye, the castle by the shore is the obvious place to go visit. The church too. There's a whole story behind the castle situation in this place, but I'll save that for when you've got even higher expectations for the conversation. Now, if bridges are more your fancy, like they are for the train spotters, take a wander out to the Kinlaig Bridge. Never seen so many folks so utterly captivated by a railway propped up by stone pillars. Nice pillars, mind. Grand. Sturdy. Though truth be told, folk didn't seem all that interested in the trains. Seems more like they come just to run full speed into the pillars, kissing stone like it's a magical rite, or there's some sort of romantic head injury waiting for them. All while holding up strange rectangular apparatuses. And folk are a strange breed.
Oh, dear me, that's very good.
Won't say, but they'll build a cafe shaped like a lighthouse to feel nautical. I'm not wandering about with one of those fancy umbrellas leading pensioners to the next gift shop, if that's what you're suggesting. I can tell you more about a few places, sure. In great detail, even if you fancy. But how about you go wander there first? Let the place speak to you before I do. Come on now, hoppity hop, away with you, pal.
Well, there we go. I got ushered away with a hoppity hop. What a curious gentleman. There's going to be loads more conversations to be had with him. So, the castle it is. Start my engine. I am the engine. I think we definitely need, again, in the kit, we need a rucksack. You know, so you could sort of simulate going somewhere, or a suitcase, or something that you can carry. You know, well, that'd be quite cool. And again, I'm going to say, I've said it repeatedly on my videos now. I don't know why, and I don't know whether they will do, why Giants didn't put in a kilt or, you know, some kind of Scottish wear, you know, or since it's on the sea, like a trawlerman's rig or sou'wester, or, you know, a proper, I don't know, I just thought you would get more of a feel, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see, can we cut across here, or do we have to go all the way round? Came from this way already, didn't we? But that's alright. We'll do a bit of fishing by the castle. This could be a risk. Should we try? Let's give the mountain bike a shakedown, shall we? Through the bushes. Yes, look at the suspension doing its thing. Oh, we can go this way, that's cool. Now, for all the people that are watching saying, this isn't farming, when are you going to do farming? I'm experiencing all of it. We're going to do farming, there's plenty of time for all that shenanigans. This is no different to any start of any new Let's Play. We are getting used to the area, familiarising ourselves with what's going on. So, should we go off this bottom bit here? Let's go off this bottom bit here. We'll have a look in the castle first. If you haven't joined me on any of the stuff so far, it's very cool. Should we try here? Let's give it a go off here. We can go down to the lower bit later on. Will the rod and reel reach? That's a long way down. That's a long way to reel, but we'll give it a go. Come on, I want a big fish. Proper big fish. Not junk, big fish. Yeah, so I was saying earlier on about when I was live streaming the other day. Yesterday actually, when the game, I started streaming from when the game released, so there was all people in the chat saying that they were downloading it, they were struggling to download it. It seemed to be Steam, people on Steam was really struggling. 200, we'll take that, although the fish is caught in the battlements. We'll sell that, we'll take that, nice one. Actually, let's go down to the bottom. Yeah, people were having a lot of trouble on Steam. If you're still having trouble, I'm sure someone put in the chat that on Scruff's Discord, one of Scruff's Discordians had put some instructions for Steam users on how to download and how to get it to work. But yeah, there were people talking, saying that they've been fishing. Once the game released, they'd grabbed the rod and reel and they'd gone and done a bit of fishing and earned like £5 in half an hour or something like that. I'm going to go onto the rocks. Let's go out onto the rocks here. Try a bit close to the water. Yeah, something like, you know, a fishing rig, a setup, so you can go, you know, if you went and put the rig on, you'd have like waders and like a fishing vest and maybe a fishing hat with some hooks and bits. You know, you'd think that would have been a thing, so you could go and fish in the rivers and stuff if you wanted to as well. I suppose the problem is, you can look at yourself like this, and I suppose you'd have the fishing rig on, but once you get the fishing rod out, you can't go into third person. So I suppose there's an element of that. Won't cast as far this time. We're up to 447. We've done all right so far. You know, it's going to take a little while to build up a bit of money. I'm just, like I say, trying to burn off all that stuff. Oh, look at it. We're going. Just getting that initial. If you don't get to it initially, you can lose the fish straight off the bat if you're not quick enough. So I try and hit circle, then get my finger on circle straight away. Sometimes you catch it and you're in the right place at the right time. Sometimes you're not. It takes a bit of practice, but you get there. Another 100, cool. Right, I'm going to spend a bit of time. What's something now? 12:41. I'm going to spend maybe 10-15 minutes, do a bit more fishing. I might go along the coast a little bit, do some shore fishing. At some point we can go inland, we can do a bit of river fishing. I think it's all random. Because I did do some testing to see if you've got bigger fish, excuse me, out on the water. But, see what I mean? We didn't get to it quick enough. Oh, are we going to be alright? Come on, come on. I was going to go. Cool, we got lucky there. Yeah, but I managed to get a 400 pound as in cost, not as in weight. I got a large salmon in one of the rivers, so it wasn't necessarily. There you go, we've got another 200. Cool. 747. What a place, what a place. Never in a million years thought this would be a thing. Never thought it'd be a thing. We are individually fish farming, that's what we're doing. Okay, right, so rod away, it might go along the coast a little bit. I'm going to keep an eye out because I was told as well, Morag in the shop said there's messages in bottles lying around. I don't know if it's like a touristy thing or whether it's just a thing. And we can find those. I don't know what they're worth actually, I haven't found one at all yet. But there's supposed to be some about. If we come across any, we'll grab them. Why not? Oh, the detail. The detail. So see in a bit, we'll have a bit more money in the old skyrocket. Well, there's a thing and no mistake. So we're up to just over 2,000. I'm going to put that away. That's all right. I mean, it's not a bad way of earning a bit of extra money. Just even if you're just going to cover worker fees or something with it. If you want to do that, spend a bit of time, get away from it all, just do a bit of fishing, raise a little bit of money, or you might want to raise a little bit of money to rent something. I don't know, whatever it might be. Buy something. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to whiz up past the nautical shop again, see if I can pay me money for the rod. Because that was weird. I don't know why it didn't work before. Hope that's not going to be an ongoing issue. I don't think we're going to head inland. Whoa, sorry. Too busy looking at the scenery. Seems a lot faster when you're on the handlebars. You know what I mean? And actually looked, good grief. What's that all about? I did change my cruise control on this to 25. I just found it, I think it goes to 32. 32 just seemed really fast. I'm not saying you can't cycle at 32 miles an hour. I'm saying I can't cycle at 32 miles an hour. Let's try this again, shall we? I don't know if you just caught that top right. £147 transferred over. So, talking to James in the shop, lovely fellow. Everyone seems to be very nice, very friendly. Well, I mean, Alistair at the docks, let's say, a curious gentleman. I have been informed that if we are going to be heading inland anyway, There is a farm, believe it or not. There is a farm. It's owned by a chap called Walter. Lovely gentleman. Lovely lad. Lovely gentleman. And where do I need to go? I think it's this way, isn't it? Yeah. And one of his farmhands quit recently. He's an elderly gentleman. He's getting on in years. So yeah, one of his farmhands quit. There's been all sorts of weird stories going around the town about, I don't know, happenings, things going on at the farm. I don't know. I don't want to delve too deeply, but they're looking for someone. So I thought, you know what? While we're here, and again, maybe earn a bit of extra money, who knows? Let's whiz up, see if there's anything they need doing. Maybe I can get bed and board. That's probably not a bad idea. If we do a bit of work for bed and board, that way I haven't got to pay for camping. It should be a nice warm environment potentially. And we'll do some work. Yeah, let's do that. Yes. That sounds like a plan. So we want to go... we'll follow the road up. Yeah, we'll go on the road. There's not actually a sign for it. I thought it would take me ages to get anywhere on the bike, but it's not too bad actually. Classy looking rig. Majestic looking animals, aren't they? I know I was at Tom Pemberton's. They've got their Highland cows there, and in the shop they had these like cuddly toys. They call them plushies now. I don't know. It's a cuddly toy, a Highland cow cuddly toy. So I got one for MrSealyp. She loves a Highland cow. She's obsessed with bees and Highland cows. And it seems to be around the house. We've got various different artists' drawings, paintings, images of bees or Highland cows. And I don't mind it. I don't mind a Highland cow. Don't mind bees. I can't complain really when you consider the rest of the house is just full of all my Lego, so you know. There's no doorbell. Knock knock. Hello. Hello. Oh, he's in the garden, look. Sure my bike will be right there. Maybe I can put it in a shed or something. What a lovely farm. This is my ideal. When I say about going away on holiday and we go up to Deanscale and stay at my wife's friend Sarah's. I mean, we pay to. We don't stay there as guests. We pay to stay there. And they've got their farmhouse. They've got a barn converted and a cottage on the end of the barn. And they bought it already like that. And it was a working farm. It was a dairy farm at one point, Graysondale Farm. And it's not a working farm anymore. But I would love to go. There are plenty of holiday places around the UK where you can go and stay on a working farm. That would be bliss to me. I think I would have the best time ever. Anyway, let's go and chat to Walter, see if he does need someone. If he does, let's see what he needs. Maybe we'll do a bit of a tour of the yard, see what's about, what's going on, and then we'll get a bit of farming done. I'll definitely get some farming done. I did say this series, and I said it when I did my Let's Play yesterday, or the live stream. I'm going to try and do shorter episodes, so you're not going to get as much in each episode. But hopefully they'll be more frequent because it'll be easier if I can jump on and do a half-hour episode rather than do enough to record an hour's episode. Hopefully I can get more out more regularly. That's the plan. Anyway, let's go and talk to Walter and see what he says first of all.
Well, hello there. Sure. Let's see what story I can tell you. Heard of one old chap who started jogging. 80 years old he was at the time. Is there a game about farming? Oh, that will be stellar. I will think about it some more. It doesn't hurt to try something, whatever it is. Well, might hurt my old bones maybe. I'll let you know if I found something. Until then, I guess it's back to farming.
So, back to farming it is. We're hired. And when I say hired, are we going to earn money? I don't know. We'll earn money for the farm. Like I say, if we get room and board, if we get fed, I can go and do some fishing. Now we're on the farm's account now. As you can see, they've got a couple of contracts. We're going to check out the farm. We're going to have a look and see what's available, what needs to be done at the farm as well. I think maybe the contract work might be a priority. They've got a van here. I think we have the option for this as a bale trailer, flatbed as well, but that's got a capacity at the moment. We've got, wow, it's looking ropey. Liquids tanker, I assume. I will put my stuff away. We have got some sheeps. They may need feed, actually. Oh no, he did say there are some bales. Well, some hay bales around the side. I don't know how many of these. Will it take all of these? I don't know where these need to go. There? No. The food can't be full, surely. Could have sworn it was here. We'll double check that in a moment as well. I don't want to open the gates up and then get out. Food, 4,500. Oh, maybe it is full. Was that same 4,500 a minute ago? We'll double check it. Bales there. Let's have a look at this. Very nice. Mower and gear, Baling trailer. We have got over here, I noticed, I heard a beeping. Weather station, more accurate weather forecast, cool. RTK station, we have got precision farming, so we are going to be trying to be precise with our farming. That's the plan. Let's have a look further round. Actually, we can probably look into here now, can't we? Let's go to sheep's. Yeah, their feed's full. That would explain why. They don't have a pasture. So, Black Welsh Mountain. We're in Scotland with Black Welsh Mountain sheep. That's cool. What else have we got? Cedar. Oh, the seed's there, so we can put some seed in that if we need to. You look top right. He has got some contracts going. Harvesting and a baling contract. He has got a baler, which is quite handy. Square baler. JCB. That's cool. I do like this. That's a nifty looking bit of kit. We can use that for feed and moving stuff around, whatever it ends up being. Jet wash, handy. Looks like some stuff could do with a bit of a clean. Shows it's been a working farm for a while though, which is quite cool. And then we've got a beauty, an absolute beauty. Front loader, so we don't have to worry about telehandlers and stuff to start off with. We have got just here workshop trigger, so we can do some work on stuff. Cultivator over here, harvester with header and header trailer. That's good to go. I think that might be actually silo. Cool. So the question is, I guess we need to look now then at the overall plan of the farm. So how are we looking? Kinlaig farm has, actually let me just double check. If we go across to farmland. Oh, okay. Oh, there's forestry as well. I didn't even notice that, actually, I'm not going to lie. Oh, grass, that's alright. I was going to say, if we're going to be doing stuff, because I would imagine the cows, I didn't even check on the cows, they've got a meadow, to be fair, but they're going to need hay made, silage made. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to check was, what other crop do we have? That one is, that'll be barley. Barley ready to harvest. Wheat ready to harvest. Mint. Both of those will give us straw. So that will give us the component parts we need. We should be able to cut all this as well, shouldn't we? Any bits around the trees, we should be able to cut all that. But that is a grass field. That's going to be absolutely perfect. What's in 22? Oh, nothing at the moment. Just soil. And I guess we need to do some soil sampling as well to make sure everything is up to snuff, so to speak. So there's work that can be done here at the fields that are owned already. That's going to need something doing with it, to it. Obviously, I've got to remember, because I always forget, that we're in August. So we've got planting and harvesting windows. We can plant canola. We can do barley. Oh, looks like we've got a winter crop for barley. Plant September, October. Oh, no, it's maybe it'll be planting now anyway. What else can we do? We can do grass, oilseed, radish, poplar. That's it. So we're almost out of wheat. We'll be going into the planting window again soon. Then all the others will be round in spring. So I guess if we can get those harvested, and then into September, we could replant those as winter crops. That's probably not a bad idea. Or do a crop rotation around the fields. That might be something we could do. So we could take on the whole roll. I'm just thinking, if we look here, I don't know what this is going to be like for cutting. It's not actually grass in so much as a planted grass field, but it's grass. We can try that as well, I suppose. And then we can look at maybe putting... We haven't got to put a huge amount in, but if we can put some into the silage clamp and compact it for silage, and then we can make some top mix ration. So the question is, do I start on the contract work first? Get a couple of contracts done. It depends. Actually, let's check. We can double check that as well. Let's see. Oh man, look at all that lot. Mowing contracts. They pay out quite well. We've got a mower. All we've got to do is mow. We haven't got to do anything. I mean, we can if we want to. Again, depends if you're feeling nefarious or not. You can collect these things. So I could, if I wanted to, pick up that mowing contract and collect the grass from it and put it in the silage clamp. That's probably not a bad idea, actually. How long we got on these? 10 hours on each. Is it worth taking on the mowing contract and doing that? I mean, we've got plenty of grass anyway, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Fertilising jobs, power, right? This is one of those maps. It hasn't got loads of mega-sized fields, so you're never going to get the big 20, 30, 40 grand contracts. That's not going to be a thing, I don't think. Should we accept that? We don't need to borrow items. It's going to take me a bit longer with the front mower, but we have also got the forage wagon. So we could use the forage wagon, mow and pick up as we go, bring it back and dump it off. All we've got to do is, assuming that hasn't been fixed, I haven't done that in a long time, because a lot of the maps I've done recently, since the last 2 or 3 updates, one was mostly forestry on Sunshine Forest. There was no contracts on that map, and I did contract work on BR163, but there was no mowing stuff. I didn't have any mowing contracts come up, or baling contracts or anything like that. So it's been a weird one. I've been kind of away from this for a while. Let's accept the contract. We'll do the baling contract first. We'll go down and do that, and then what we'll do is, at the end of the day, we'll just crack on. Where should I put the bike? Don't really want to leave that out, in case in case I clobber it. Knowing what I'm like, I'm going to hit it on something, aren't I? You know what I'm going to do? Can I stick it in the corner here? Is there room in here? Yeah. Just pop it in the corner there, out of the way. There we go. Right. So we will grab the. We're going to mow, not mow, bale. We're going to need, actually, I don't know what horsepower that requires. Have we got enough? Have I done it again? We start out with the best intentions. Oh, this is a unit. I love it. So again, with the baling contract, I could probably use a forage wagon, and we could, because all we're going to be doing is picking up what's on the ground. All you've got to do is clear it off the ground for the contract to complete. So I could be dodgy, but I think with this one we'll actually do the job. Was I down a dip then? We were in a little hole. Oh, actually I didn't even look. Where are we going for this? Baling. Field 44 is... Just trying to orient myself on this map. We need to go down past bends, cut through the trees. Walter's friend Ben lives just down here. Well, I say we'll give it a go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But so we're getting straight into it. I know there was a bit at the start. We did a bit, why not? I'm going to try to experience what's on the map. I'm not, I'm playing for me because I want to play on this map. I want to experience stuff. I want to do stuff. Are there going to be occasions where the Bank of Kinlaig own something, have bought something that I get to utilise to make my experience on here better? Yeah, maybe. It's the beauty of running it on a multiplayer map. Where are we going to? Just up here. Then we're going to turn left, go down through the... I think, is that right? Well, we can always put the sat-nav on if I'm not too sure. Oh, man. I'm smiling from ear to ear. I'm happy to be back on here. This is brilliant. Very, very cool. Whoa. I think it was this way. That's where I find I should have turned left a minute ago. Sat nav. Oh yeah, we're alright. Cross over the railway. Then follow it down, I think. Because if we turn left, I've got to be careful now. Which way does the train come? This way, isn't it? Oh, that pillar! That pillar's right in the way. I can't see a thing. Not good. Not good. Am I going the right way? I thought I was. It's down past here, isn't it? Oh yeah, coming up. Coming up on the right. Now, I did have a couple of people message me yesterday to say they were playing but can't get into fields. With contract work, they've got no access. They won't let them open gates. There are no collisions on hedges, so I guess you could go through the hedges if you need to. Oh yeah. What the... Now, when I got that message, I tested this last night. Not on this version of the map, but on a different one, and it worked. Hang on. Oh, it's only the other, is it working from the other side? Oh, come on, you've got to be joking. And that was the thing as well. All the prep, all the stuff I've done, all the videos and all the things I've done in the background on this already, getting the early access, having to play around with it and whatever. The one thing I didn't think, oh, you know what you should go and check? Contracts. And the one I checked yesterday was fine. So maybe it's not all gates. Well, this is the field we're supposed to be on. Let's just go airborne a minute. Is there another access point to this field? Just thinking, there's one gate that will work and one... No, that's ridiculous. Oh, man alive. This doesn't set the tone well, does it? Unfortunately, I'm raving about this, and I think it's absolutely awesome, and I love the detail, I love the scenery, and then this happens, and you've got to say to yourself, really? Okay, right, well, bit of hedge damage, not a lot I can do about that. So what we need to do now, unfold it. I need to do that first, of course. Drop it down. Actually, do I need to change the bale size? 182. We'll leave it on 240. The less bales, the better. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. All we've got to do is bale it. Like I say, I could be collecting. If I get other baling contracts come up, would I collect? Maybe. Should I collect? Probably not. And the contract just completes by basically picking this up off the floor. No, it worked before. I haven't... Did I try it with the forage wagon? Did it not work with the forage wagon? But what it did work with was that lizard forage pickup. So if I used the lizard forage pickup and a trailer, it worked. I'm sure it did. And that was on Riverbend Springs right back at the start. And that was... I cannot believe I'm even saying this. That was almost a year ago. What was it, November the 14th it came out? And we're now, what, November the 5th? Oh no, 5th of November. I just suddenly realised. I hope they don't drop a lot of mods or anything today, because if I'm out in the man cave once it gets dark, it's going to be fireworks central. Yeah, because what we also tried doing, I think, was when this first came out. And again, there have been so many updates, and I haven't come back to doing baling contracts, so I honestly don't know. We tried taking the bales off the fields, and if you left them out, they disappeared. If you put them into bale storage, that was fine, but it wouldn't let you pick. If you made the bales and dropped them on the floor, they had no substance. You couldn't pick them up with anything. It was a whole thing. So I'd say maybe if we get another baling contract come up, I'll show you. In case you haven't seen it, you might not know. And this is what I was talking about. That's what I said. Whilst there is kind of a narrative at the start of this, And that's just for me to get into the swing of it. Once we get into let's run the farm, let's work on the farm, let's work for Walter, let's pick stuff up, let's experience stuff on the map. The storyline doesn't completely go out the window, because this is why we're here, this is what we're doing. I'm now on a busman's holiday, and I have no problem with that. I don't mind. This hasn't got enough oomph. I mean, it has, we are moving. And I did swap out some of the start machinery. People would argue, why did you get rid of the New Holland? That was over 300 horsepower. It would have been better to keep hold of that. Maybe, but I want to build up to that. We want to get to a point where the farm can buy something. Or we can look in the used vehicles and see what we can pick up. That's a good point, actually. Because if there's one in the used vehicles, which haven't got rid of it, there probably is. Let's see if it is in the used vehicles. And if it is, what are they charging for it? That's in the wrong menu anyway. Used. 103. There you go. Forage bit. Oh! I was literally just saying that. Forage pickup for 32 grand. That would be an absolute godsend. Especially when we're doing the silage clamp. When we're trying to get the silage out of it. And we can use buckets and stuff. We can go ultra realistic. But I don't know. We'll see. It's really struggling up here. We don't have 100 grand yet. But... and it would be daft for me to immediately buy back the tractor we sold in the preparation leading up to this. That would just be daft. Do I want to get one like that? Yeah. Do I want to get a bigger JCB? Maybe. Do I want to run a full JCB farm? I don't know. I'd like to have that other tractor because I do like the sound of it, but I want to, like I say, I want to build up to doing that. So we'll let that disappear from the used vehicles department. Come on, you can do this. I really didn't realise how much this was going to require horsepower wise. The only thing we can do with this, and it means a bit of backwards and forwards, but it will speed things up, is if I do all the baling across and downhill, the uphill stretches I don't bale. So once I turn, we'll be fine on this, he says. I'm really tempted to pick up that forage pickup, you know. Pick up the pickup. But anyway, regardless of all of that, however you want to view all of that, whatever we decide to do with that, that's going to be in the next episode. We've got loads of stuff to do. We need to sort out feed for the animals. We're going to be doing some mowing. We're going to be doing maybe some baling. I'm using this for the animals. I don't know if to do it loose or in bales. We'll probably bale it. Would make more sense, wouldn't it? We've got a single mower and we've got this baler. Assuming, of course, this would have the horsepower to do both. Yeah, it's not liking this, is it? I might go and grab that forage wagon and buy the forage pickup, and then show you, and it's the start of the next episode, we can carry on just doing this, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's say if you haven't seen it, if you're new to it, if you didn't know, again, I'm slipping out of story mode into, I can't help it, it's that kind of teacher in me, the kind of mod reviewer, you know, that kind of, oh look, did you know you can do this, you know, which isn't strictly, you know, okay, but as I said, in the vein of trying to keep them shorter episodes so we can do quite a few, hopefully. But no, we're on the farm, we've done some fishing, we've met some people, we bought a fishing rod, we've got a mountain bike, we are here, we've picked up a job which will pay for our room and board and food. I think that was part of the agreement. We didn't actually shake on it, but I'm sure we'll be absolutely fine. So I will see you on the next episode. I hope you join me for this. Like I say, I'm just going to have fun. Whichever way around I go about doing it, realistically, not realistically, not even close to realistically, maybe not even semi-realistically, but I just want to have fun. I want to enjoy playing the game. I want to enjoy the map. That's the point. So anyway, like I say, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.